me changing wise, wow. If you ask anybody who knew me in my single days before I met Erica, wow, it's a complete 180. So I won't say I completely changed, but I'd say my change is about a seven.
Okay.
All right.
Only reason why I say seven and not 10, because I still have, things we need to work on. But as far as, before I met Erica, I wasn't an organized person. I didn't make schedules. I didn't follow a calendar. I'm like, only time I knew what day it was when I checked my direct deposit. Okay, it's Friday, I got paid. Okay. Other than that, I wasn't an organized person. When we were dating, um, interestingly, I had different responsibilities in the congregation. One of them was being overseeing, the congregation account.
Okay.
Now, she used to come over and, she looked at my desk and my mom was just showing, okay, well, this is Bradley's office or work area. See papers and papers all over the place. Now, for me, I knew where everything was. For her, she's like, what is this? How do you function like this? Oh, yeah, here it is. So, marriage taught me to, be organized, to plan ahead. I don't agree to certain events without talking to Erica first. Because, again, for me, hey, if someone tells me, hey, listen, man, we're going to go eat or we're going to go so and so, I'm like, hey, sure, we'll be there. But I have to think, that's me. I have no problem with it, but she may have plans. I mean, she have, maybe other things she wanted us to do together. So I had to learn that, before I agree to anything. You don't make a decision without talking to Erica. That's one aspect of it. And also to being more understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing when I really say understanding, because sometimes I may look at a situation and I'm dogmatic in my view. I'll tell you that. I'm dogmatic in how I see things. To some extent, I still am, but I'm working on it. But, she helped me understand, well, have you considered this or you considered that, because I'm like, okay, this is black and white, it's open and shut. There's nothing further, to discuss or look. This is what it has to be. So, since I've been married, I'm learning to step back and look at a situation objectively. Because oftentimes I want to just hurry up and deal with the situation and move on to something else. But she kind of taught me, well, let's not make a rash decision, but don't just do something on impulse. Let's just look at it and talk about it first. And so I'm learning that, how beneficial it is not to just run into a situation without knowing what you get into or make assumptions about people without knowing the full detail about something. So, yeah, I say I've changed in those ways.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we celebrate your honesty because many people be like, I'm the same person. I'm good. It's like the only constant in life is change. So there's going to be external things that change, but I love how you both spoke to internal items because when we see a flower, we can only see what was the result of the change happening underground. And whether it's a beautiful one or a tree that goes rotten, something's happening that we don't see. And that's the change inside. So what are your thoughts? What is your mindset? Are you angry because these changes have happened? Are you holding on to resentment? Are you overwhelmingly sad or depressed? Because you can't control the things that happen to you, but you can definitely influence the way you react to them and how you feel about them. So, the thing about me, Lou and I really embraced is there's the beauty of changing together, So when you take in harmony your answers and your responses that are on an individual level, there were things that changed. And keep in mind, you guys haven't hit the double digits yet. So like you said, there's gonna be more coming your way. But again, you have such a phenomenal foundation that you're gonna continue to grow together.
Thank you.
That 1 to 10 number on change.
Let's see here. I mean, we can all work on we have a lot of things to work on, all of us.
Oh yeah.
I know I have a lot still left to work on. So I'm like Bradley. I can't say that I'm at a 10, but I have made some big changes. And I say maybe I'll put it at about maybe an 8, 9, maybe an 8. maybe an 8. We'll give it 8.
Okay.
Because I know I have to. My puppy here, S'mores. S'mores, he helps me to work on my patience.
That is true.
So that's like my biggest change is my patience is much better than it was before we got married, and that's also due to Yvonne too, because Yvonne also, she helps me as you were saying earlier, taking time to think things. It's funny, you know, we have the women in our lives for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's grounded, help us to stay on our toes, so to speak. So a big part of that change with myself comes from my wife, but also more than that also comes from the God that I serve. Joe, he definitely has changed my whole personality from before I got married.
I am most grateful that you see me as an asset in your life. But yeah, that's the elements of being one flesh. You know, when you stand there and you take those wedding vows, you're so absorbed in the moment and the day. And it's like you put on your best and you look your best and you're surrounded by people that are, you know, rooting for you and cheering in your corner. And then life is going to throw you curveballs where you have these changes that are completely unexpected. And again, many people at the first sign of danger, they run. But love is real. It's going to help you stay the course. It's going to help you fight harder than ever to never let it go. So we celebrate that for you guys. Now, you know, it's often said that it's easier to fall in love than to stay in love. So what do you think are key components to making sure you keep your love strong?
Well, definitely I would say not to take your mate for granted. And a lot of things that, you know, I guess as men and as women, the best foot that you put on forward for, you know, your wife or husband, keep doing those things. You know, what is it that makes her happy? What is it that makes her feel needed and loved? You know, what things that you guys like to do that when you were dating, that are you still doing those things? You know, like for us, you know, we like to just go to the beach just because we like looking at the ocean. We like smelling the water. And that's just a romantic time for us, going up to the beach, you know, on the boardwalk. You know, that's one of the places we used to do that a lot when we were dating. So, you know, we take time to do that, or if not that beach, somewhere else where there's water. You know, we had a chance to go to a nursery. That's not a nursery. What do you call it? Botanical gardens.
Nice.
You know,
That's nice.
You know, yeah, because we love nature. We love, you know, seeing the different, you know, different type of flowers and trees. You know, there was at West Palm Beach. We did that trip. So, you know, we just did things just because of course, you want to plan out things, but sometimes you want to be spontaneous and not just go through the same routine. Hey, you know, you got to mix it up. You got to do something different. That's how it's going to keep your love strong. That's just my take.
It's wonderful.
Excellent.
Harmony with Bradley, definitely that's important, is to not have everything planned to the letter, you know, when it comes to your time together. Granted, you want to have some things planned out, you know, because your schedules might be different. You have other obligations you have to take care of. But there's also, when you were dating, you made time to do something. You know, you were like, hey, you want to? You might have had something to do. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do. Let's go. You know, so you were willing to drop everything and spend time with the person you were dating, courting during that time. So don't lose that. As married couples, you need to keep that flame lit, if you will. Stoke it. You know, add more things that's going to continue to keep that flame alive in your marriage.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to share this video and like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at NewYouWow. Until next time, stand tall in your power and remember, your belief in yourself is your superpower.